Welcome back, friends, to another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and today I'm bringing you guys something just a little bit new because we're at the end of 2020. Gosh damn, guys, what a heck of a year, man. You know, for just in the world, all the shit that's going on in the world, the pandemic, it's affected a lot of us in different ways. So I mean, here's to 2021 and hoping, praying that things do get better. All right, friends. So what I wanted to do to end the year is to, I've never done something like this before, is to do a box showcase. That's what they're called, right? The box showcase on my global and JP account, just to go over like some of these weapons that I have, my like overall thoughts, or I don't know, just random bull crap coming out of my mouth about said weapons and all that stuff. All right, friends. So let me know down below in the comments here how was this year for you guys in the actual game itself, right? And while drinking some coffee. So but before I do get into it though, friends, Happy New Year, friends. Happy New Year. The day I'm recording this video, it is New Year's Eve. So this might be the last video of 2020 if I don't make out like a Fenia run or something, because I almost did it last night on my stream, but I screwed up at the last second. But this might be the last video of 2020, guys. So happy 2021. All right, guys. So let's get into it. Let's go. Let's start looking at the box, my both account boxes, and I don't know. Here we go. All right, guys. So LSA, man, I'll probably just go quickly through these. I never did max her out. You know, I've never really been a true fan of her on both sides of the game, global and JP. So she's just been sitting there with her realized Charlotta. Man, you guys remember back in the day, Charlotta. I mean, she's still good as long as you set her up properly and all that wonderful stuff. But when she first came out, she was so OP. Zidane, man, I can't wait for your LD and burst weapons. I did max them out on JP. Well, we'll talk about JP, but unfortunately during that time I didn't have resources. I wish you had an LD Prish. I've liked her since she debuted in the game back when 35 CP era. Steiner, I swear, guys, this guy's gonna be the global first LD. Watch, it's gonna be his freaking pickle bag from Final Fantasy 9. That's gonna be his LD weapon. It's gonna be something to do with pickles. All right, Seymour. Do people like Seymour? Are there any Seymour fans out there? Aiko, great man, great character. I never 3 out of 3'd her. Also at the time I was hurting on Ingot, so I couldn't do that. Kate Sith, eventually Balthier. He's just sitting there. I'll probably wait until you get your LD and burst weapons to max you out. Sarah, geez, even with her LD, if I got it for free, would I? Probably, just for shits and giggles, but yikes in terms of her when she debuts with her LD. But she is a sequel character, so she should be getting a burst weapon. So that's probably when she'll become OP. Variant LD. Maria, you need an LD. Sid, when are you going to get an LD, man? I hope that Realm would be really bonkers with her LD. Noel, he got one already, so I don't know what I'm going to do with him if I do get it. I'm not sure yet. You need LD. She has an LD. She's pretty good with her LD weapon. Butts, LD, and burst on the JP side, so I'm definitely going to wait for that. He's very strong with his LD and burst. Kamari, I do have his LD. Yeah, I do have his LD on the global side of the game. I never maxed him out because I'm hurting on Power Stones and ingots, so I would have for shits and giggles, but I just didn't. You get better with your LD, of course. Zell, he is going to be getting some love on the JP side. So any Zell fans during the Zonde Lost Chapter. So there you go. Oh my, bonkers with his LD and burst, guys. But I would have loved to 3 out of 3'd him, but I remember during the time, what was it, during like Fang's Lost Chapter and all that wonderful stuff. Man, those were some brutal. That was a brutal Lost Chapter, guys. How'd you guys do on that one? I don't know, man, I got my ass kicked on that one. That one was rough. And I didn't 3 out of 3 Tidus. And I've always liked Tidus, truthfully. I've always liked Tidus. Ever since he came out with his 35 CP weapon when he got introduced earlier into the game. I've always liked him. I'll probably go for his LD. He's been sitting, realized. Rem fans, please don't hate me. She's a great character. I would be very happy if she was like the global first LD unit for the 30th anniversary on the global side of the game. Very, very, very strong character, turn manipulation, all that wonderful stuff. Very, very potent single target healing AoE with her EX ability followed by free ability use. Very strong character. So imagine her with an LD and potential like a rework too. Yeah, you're just gonna sit there and tell your LD fam. I do like Ignis. I do like him, but he just takes up so many turns right now. You have to like make up for it right now with units that have returns built into their kit just to kind of make up him taking up a bunch of turns. I run him like on hard content and he makes the turn. He surpasses the turn requirement for said content. So I'm like, nah, I can't bring you, dude. You're just gonna sit there and tell your LD. So talking about LD weapons, we got Beep. Of course, we had to go for BB. I just picked up Clouds last night, so I'll probably combine all of that, all those videos, chasing for Cloud's burst weapon. That's my plan for him. I will be chasing for his burst weapon, so I want to just accumulate that all into one single video instead of like just separate ones. Why? Just make it easier for you guys. Rude, OP. Of course, I had to go for Reno. Yes, I have to have my Final Fantasy VII characters. Talking about Final Fantasy VII characters, Strip Roth. Yes, I did go for Kyron. I did max out Kyron. Man, he's good. He's got some nice stat increases towards the party. Oh, that's good. So I had to max him out, pair him up with like Warrior of Light for just those massive Int Brave buff stats to Warrior of Light for beefier shields. Now I just wish he had just a little something to put him up there, because a lot of players swept him under the rug, unfortunately. And I feel like if he had something a little bit more, just something, I don't know, it could have been maybe gravity built into his kit. It could have been, shoot, I don't know what else they could have done for it, but I swear if he had just a little bit more, he would have been like a top tier unit for sure, like must pull. But aside from that, he's still a good unit in my own personal opinion. You guys already know about Lightning. I did get Herald burst for sure. This guy. 400 and something tickets to get his LD. I chased hard with tickets. Not gems, just tickets. I was saving the gems for the Final Fantasy VII month because I didn't know how RNG was going to go. So I was prepared for plenty of pities if I had to, but 400 plus tickets to get his LD. And he's good. I would prefer him over Beaver Guy, down the line as my Earth Enchanter towards the party. But that's just me. Yep. I did go for 8's LD weapon. I did get it. Max him out. He was cool. He came in handy. Back on the bench for me. But I'm sure I can find use for him if I do build around him. I wish I had his burst. I do wish I'd picked up Kuja's burst, but RNG said no, I wasn't going to go ham for it, but man, I was able to max out all my character summon boards on the global side with Kuja, so I don't have to worry about summon boards unless they're brand new characters. Warrior Light, yes, I love Warrior Light. Great unit, great tank, guys, great, reduces brave damage with the shield values, HP damage reduction with his LD buff. Oh, I got a notification. Sorry from... Okay. Sorry, work email. I got the rest of the day off, so that's why I'm doing this. But I still have my email open just in case. You know, you never know what's going to pop up for work. You got to keep working. Kurosame, excellent unit. I can't wait for his extensions. Ice Enchant towards the party. Very strong. Very, very strong. Daddy-O, you guys already know about Daddy-O. Good unit. Emperor can't wait for his burst. So he's... I haven't used him, truthfully, since his debut with his LD. I've used him for a few events, but ever since then, I haven't really used him. So, he's good, don't get me wrong. But I just haven't used him. Strange. Kefka, great debuffer. This guy. Spoony Bard, very strong, especially with all the more recent Lufenias. I've been using Spoony Bard a lot more on my global account than I did on JP, just because I understand things a lot more better now, you know, as time progressed and I got better, quote unquote, at the game. But yeah, man, Spoony Bard, if you guys picked him up, excellent choice, guys, excellent, very, very strong character. She's just been on the bench. I've used her like here and there. Probably during the, what was it, Abyss Perfectum. I've used her here and there, but outside of that, I have not. Noctis, you guys already know. Strong unit. 9. So this is a character that I thought I wasn't going to pull for, but I picked up his LD and I maxed him out. Nice alternative when it comes to shields towards the party, aside from Warrior of Light, because they both pretty much do the same thing in terms of shields for your party, but this guy can dish out a little bit more damage than Warrior of Light. He also has, what, HP negation with his LD ability? White Knight, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. So he's a good pickup, and especially if you pair him up with units that let him exceed the Held Brave and HP damage cap, so just beef your shields. Arden, he's a good character. Don't have his burst, but I didn't go ham for him on the global side. I went ham for him on the JP side. He did good for me for a while, but on global, I wanted to switch it up. Bosch, now this guy, MVP for a lot of teams, especially with Vivi, because if you pair Bosch with Vivi, you don't have to worry about AoE attacks. You just don't. As long as you keep Bosch healthy, you'll be fine. I've always enjoyed Machina. I like Machina. He's cool. Now that I have his LD, I don't have to chase for him when he debuts with Divine Diabolos. I can focus on the other banner to get around his LD and potentially burst. Shantoto, she's coming very handy with the recent Lavenias too. I appreciate her more as a friend support. For damn sure. Ultimecia, I haven't used her as much, truthfully, either. Same thing with Emperor outside of her synergy events. I do want her burst if I can get it. Very powerful burst effect. It's pretty much like an Amid Italian turn deletions. So with the AoE, that's pretty nice. Vaughn, man, this dude with his most recent rework on the JP side and extensions, he becomes a beast later down the line, guys. So if you guys have Vaughn already, very strong character. So I definitely have been using him on the global side here and there. Very good massive damage dealer. You know, lots of damage in a short amount of time. So I do appreciate that. Squawk, pity his stuff, man. I got hyped up and I pitied him when the burst era began. Way to start off the burst era, right? This guy has been coming in handy. I like Dash. He's cool. The random chance, the low chance to paralyze can come in handy when it does trigger. So there's that. Amid Italian. Great unit. I was planning on skipping her and mainly focusing on my friend support Amid Italians, but I picked it up, so you know what? Max her out. Max them out. Amid Italian. Sorry, it wasn't confirmed if Amid Italian is it he or she, so Amid Italian, so them. Istola. Mannequin weapons. So these are the only mannequin weapons that I have maxed out in the game so far. Arc 2, Chapter 5.8. You get them for free. Don't sell them. They're the only ones of their kind to this day. Even on JP, they have not re-released these things. Okay, guys? So just hold on to them. Just hold on to them. If anything, they're rarer than burst weapons. They are rarer than burst weapons. These are the only set we've gotten. You can't find them anywhere else. Right? At least burst weapons, they do repeat. These things have never repeated. So if you ask me, these are the most rarest weapons in the game. Just saying. And then we have some realizable. So these are duplicates, because it will get to a point, friends, where you just acquire a lot of duplicate EX weapons. You're going to get the red books, the realizable books, just over time, and then you can realize the duplicates, get your ingot, sell them, get your nuggets. So great way to acquire nuggets later down the line. And here are some other units that I still need some love for. Yeah. All right, so the EX pluses. So you guys have seen these already. I do have their LDs. Leon, he becomes a beast with his LD. Oren, he's another viable option for potential global first LD. He'd be very powerful. So I have been using Oren here and there. Not as much anymore, but when he got his EX Plus, I was using him. So he did come in very handy. Garnett, oh man. Great unit, guys. Great unit. She came in very handy. I've been using her often after her EX Plus. This guy just like Gabrath. He's cool. I like him. The debuffs, the auto breaks after when he's got 4 debuffs on the enemies. And what was it? A Felon's Imprint upgrades? Or that is the upgrade? Either or. I don't know. And then he judges them and he just breaks them. Beautiful unit. Beautiful units. You guys seen? Half Mile. Another potential global first. I really enjoyed using her too. Beautiful unit. Beautiful buffs towards the party. Pair her up with Warrior of Light for the stat increases, so beefier shields and the brave damage reduction. It's going to be harder to kill off your units with this team comp. So you just need your damage dealer or your special counter requirement meter. Is that even a word? Is that a thing? So that'll be nice. I used her for a long time, man. I remember she got a lot of hate from a lot of players, but hey, win's a win, right? Brought her on to state. Hey, you're cheating. How's it cheating? She's in the game. I didn't use like what was that shit called back in the day? Shark cheat codes. You guys remember that back in the back in the day? Where my OG's at? I'm like, no, that's not cheating. She's in the game. How's that cheating? A win's a win, right? Just saying. I love Ida. Fun unit. I am so glad I got her EX weapon on the global side. I EX plussed her. Nah, she's been so fun to use. I hope she gets an LD very soon. This is probably my favorite for potential global first LD weapon. I would love it if she got it. I would love it. She is so fun to use. Lots of damage. The poison comes in very handy. The spin to win with her EX ability. It's beautiful. She's cool. Lena, remember her players were saying that she was overhyped. Used her still several months after her EX Plus debut, so she's great. Aerith, great. Can't wait. Don't skip out on Aerith's LD. Do not skip out on that Seal Evil. All right? I don't know if my camera's glitching out a little bit, but yep, it is glitching out a little bit. But don't skip out. All right, sorry. I just cut that part out where the camera was glitching. It was acting up. I don't know, frame drops or something. It was very strange. But Aerith, don't skip out on her LD. That Seal Evil, do not, because she is very strong with that LD weapon. All right, Ciala, she's okay. She's cool. All right, so EX plus Era, great unit, right? LD becomes even better, but I might skip on her. I'm not sure. We'll see how RNG decides. I'll probably throw tickets on her banner. I won't be upset if I mess it up, but I have enjoyed using her since her debut. So how about that? Kais. I don't use them as much anymore. I think I will once I start building up a team comp for Chase units, so like Cloud, Kais, Cryo once she gets her LD weapon, Ramza, who can initiate chases, Dark Knight Cecil just for that team composition for certain Lufenias when they don't resist delays or chases, just to try to burst them down. So, great unit. I'll definitely be trying to go for his LD weapon. Great unit. I've always liked Porum. She's a good unit. And of course, once she gets her LD weapon, so I've enjoyed using her. Lightning, you guys already know. You guys already know about 9 here. Yang, this one was random for me. I did it for his bonus sphere. I got his EX weapon and I maxed him out just for the bonus sphere. But he does get better with his LD, of course. Lots of like follow-up damage. So he becomes a very strong unit consideration once he gets his LD. But yep, that I maxed out Yang for the bonus sphere. But at least I have another unit to use. So content. Zaz, you guys know. Our Lord and Savior, I had to 3 out of 3 his weapon. I just picked it up recently, so yeah, very strong unit. Paladin Cecil, we're going to wait for his LD and Burst. Good unit. Haven't used them as much. Galuf I'll use here and there. Galuf's a great unit. He becomes, oh my gosh, he's a beast with his LD. He's a beast. You, what's your name? Fran? I haven't used her since her EX. I really have not used her. Like outside of her Synergy event? So I even got like her costume because that costume, let's be real, it's pretty spicy. But no, yeah, I have not used her. So I got regrets. EX plus 3 out of 3. That'd be okay. There we go. That would be a regret because again, I have not used her as much as I should have. So we'll see what you get with your LD. You'll probably get a lot better. But Beatrix, you guys know, one of the global first characters. I did use her for quite a while. She was very strong during that time. Very powerful unit during her time. So, LD, I'll throw tickets. If I don't get her LD, I won't be sad. But if I get it, I get Vayne. Very powerful. Oh my gosh, I remember seeing like on Reddit that someone was like, Vayne is so weak, all that stuff. I'm like, wait, what? You must be using him wrong because he is a top tier melee attacker rebreaker with Vanille Sphere. He's a beast. He is an absolute beast. I don't know what you're talking about. X-Death. I did max out X-Death. I find him, I don't regret maxing him out. He's cool. He gets LD, of course, he gets better with his LD, but the HP damage over time, it does come in handy. I don't recommend you guys max him out if you have other forms of debuffers, because he is a villain from, where are you from, man? Final Fantasy V, right? So he should be getting a burst weapon. Yeah, your 4 was Golbez. Okay, yeah, you're from 5. And he should be getting a burst weapon, so if you guys want to pick up his LD during his Lost Chapter, by all means, but I would wait. I should have waited, I think, but I don't regret it, because he was enjoyable, but he's alright. One of the best budget units in terms of EX that doesn't have an LD weapon yet. Yeah, great unit. Been using him a lot. Freya. Oh, I love Freya. I hope I'd be happy with either of these units also getting their LD. But yeah, I maxed out Freya. Great unit. I do like her. Giving the rest of your party comp the capabilities to survive lethal when they're above 50% HP. Great. Please get an LD. I've liked Lulu. She's my goth waifu. She's been my goth waifu. I've enjoyed using her. She's also maxed out on JP. I'll probably speed it up a little during the JP side because a lot of these EX weapons will be similar. So you're cool. I didn't use you as much, truthfully. I didn't use you. The party-wide evade does come in handy, but I used him more on the JP side than I did on my global account. My global account, I probably used him here and there. Yori, I used definitely more on the global account because I didn't pick up your weapon on the JP side. So you came in handy. Vanille, she's cool. I think I duoed FEOD or DE2, I should say, with Gao on the team. So she's cool. I like Vanille. I hope she gets an LD. She's a good unit. Her debuffs are beautiful. 8, you guys saw. This guy becomes a beast with his LD and burst. He was very strong when he came out in the game. And he is EX Plus. Emperor, I got his costume. He's been on the bench, unfortunately. Rosa, I used her here and there, but she's good. Better with her LD, of course. She's a monster with her burst. She is an absolute monster with her burst. Massive brave damage up towards the party along with her LD. So, yeah. I've always enjoyed Yuna. She has been my auto farmer for quite a bit, at least until Squall got his HP Tech Plus from his LD. Absolute beast with her LD and burst. She's one of those units that needs her burst. She is very strong with her burst and the burst effect. And her wedding costume, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Tifa, man, this is my number 1 waifu. Cannot wait for LD. We're going to go ham for her LD. So, EX plus her right off the bat. Barrett, I love Barrett. Barrett's great. He's going to get some love on the JP side. He's going to be getting his LD weapon. So he's been EX plus since he got his EX plus. So since he got his EX weapon, and I definitely used him often during those, after his Lost Chapter. So there's Kyron. Talked about him. Locke, I hope you get an LD, man. Agris just got an LD on the JP side. I did use her. She came in very handy when she got her EX plus. Very handy unit. I remember I had trouble with her bosses back in the day, guys, because I didn't have her at the time. Bart saved me for that one because Bart's got some love. That was the only way I was able to do her event. I think that was what, Chaos back in the day, EX Chaos. You talked about Pinello. She's cool. I enjoyed Pinello. I don't regret her. I'll use her here and there. I haven't used her as much anymore, but I might go for her LD. Even with the LD extensions, having the capabilities to cleanse debuffs on your parties is going to come in handy later down the line. Well, I've always enjoyed the Lisette. She's cool. I would love it if she got an LD. I EX plus her as when that, what was it, the Fire Tree Soul Cage, when that came out. She got her EX weapon, EX plus. Yeah, I did it right away. And I think she was like my first character to actually have perfect arts back in the day before we had the guaranteed red with the Mog Pass. Back in the day. So that, man, I farmed like for 5 days trying to get her perfect arts, give or take. Ferris, she's cool. Man, I've enjoyed Ferris. I'm not really that much of a fan of her later down the line. She gets an LD weapon, but I got her. But she's on the bench. I mean, she's a debuffer, right? With Sildra. Yeah, I don't know. See, I showed them already. Ramza, great unit. I've enjoyed him. Vaughn, you guys saw. Shantoto. I don't have Shantoto's burst, unfortunately. It is what it is. Ultimisia. Cryo. EX plus right off the bat when she got her EX weapon, EX plusable. That was during the Leviathan, if I remember correctly, alongside Zell. So, great unit. She gets even better with her LD. Even better. Great unit, guys, to pick up, especially for your team compositions because of her EX ability. Renault, she's been there. Kane. Oh my gosh, I like Kane. Great unit during the time. So I just used them too on some recent. I forgot what it was. Was it Chaos? I forgot what it was, but he's a good unit in my opinion. I hope he gets an LD soon. Also, get this guy's LD. I don't think I should have maxed him out because I got very little use out of him. I didn't use him as much. I do like Onion Knight as a character in this game. You know what he does, but I shouldn't have maxed him out yet, but at least he's sitting there ready for his LD and burst. Highly recommend you guys pick up his LD. He has like an Ignis EX turn manipulation shenanigan with your party members, brings them right next to him and gives them a free ability use, excluding the LD ability. Your party members will get a free ability use, which is very strong. I love Istola, man. She was great during her time. Top tier, you guys remember my OGs, top tier support, top tier support. Love it. But she does get an LD and burst, but it's not the same anymore. I did pick up her LD and burst on the JP side, but it's not the same. She's been on the bench. It's not the same for me. So we got Noctis, Kefka, Striproth, Zach. He potential option for a global first LD. That'd be pretty cool. I think he needs some love. He was a very good tank since his debut, since his EX weapon. Excuse me. So, rework LD, make him viable, or even just the LD that just beefs up his attack potencies. Great unit. Ace. I remember his event, the freaking Turtles, back in the day. Jeez. So he's cool. Option for LD and burst unit. So I can't wait to see what he does get. He does need some love. He's a good character. He's been a good magic attacker since his debut. Hold on. Skipping again. All right, we're good. Sorry, skipped out. So here we go. Cloud, VV, and Warrior of Light. So here are my global burst weapons at the moment. I got 6. Let me know how many you guys have down below in the comments. So Vaughn's and Kefka's I got off of a ticket. I didn't chase for them. I did tickets on their banners just to try to get their LD weapons for the synergy events. And I picked up their burst in the process. So I maxed them out and I've been enjoying them truthfully, and future investments because they both get some love later down the line. Squawk, I had to pity his burst. I got hyped up for the burst era. It wasn't a part of the plan to chase after his burst, but I got hyped up. I'm like, come on, it's the global burst era. It's starting LD and burst. I have to. Noctis, I did chase. Luckily, I didn't have to spend too much for him to get his burst weapon and LD. I tokened her burst. I picked up her LD fairly early during the debut banner. I had to wait, and during the final free multi-jaw where her burst weapon was debuted, I didn't get it. So then I tokened her burst weapon and Striproth. I got his with a ticket also. I'm sorry. So I have 3 ticket burst weapons. So it was a previous, I forgot which one was it. It was the middle one. But I was able to acquire his burst weapon. Man, I was so happy. I was so hyped up. So you guys know that Striproth is he's my boo. He's my favorite villain in the Final Fantasy universe. So that is my box for the global side. Let's hop over to JP just to see how that's doing and what all that wonderful stuff. So global players, let me know what you guys have. What was your favorite units that you picked up on the global side? Again, for me, most likely Yida. I love using Yida so much. She's such a fun unit to use. So much damage. The poison. She can dish out a lot of damage. So I hope she gets an LD weapon very soon, or a potential viable option as the global first LD unit for the 3rd year anniversary. I would love that. I would love that so much. So, and JP, man, here's my JP account, guys. So I'll probably go through this one just a little bit faster, just to, I guess, global players foresight. I don't know. Take it however you guys want to do it. So we have Orin here, Quistis. Ash never got her LD. Fran is still sitting there. She's been sitting there. That's why I regret her on the global side. Unfortunately, 7 never picked up your LD. Seymour. Zell's going to be getting some love. So we'll see if we pick up his LD. I'm curious how good he's going to get, truthfully. Onion Boy never got your LD or burst. Deuce, Sarah. See? So it's just realized, but that's it on the JP side. Because during that time, I didn't have ingots. I was hurting on ingots back in the day. Now it's a little bit better, but yeah. So yeah, all these units have been sitting there. Vincent, I can't wait until you get your LD and burst. He is a sequel character. He does have Dirge or Cerberus, so he's an option as a potential LD and burst units. Those not familiar or not paying attention to the JP side, they confirm that sequel characters are going to be getting LD and burst, hence why Yuna got her LD and burst weapon. So I hope he transforms into Chaos. Vincent needs some love. He really needs some love, and I hope he becomes like very strong. Please transform into Chaos. Let him transform into Chaos. You guys let Kuja and Terra go into the trance state during the finish burst. Make him go into Chaos. Make it happen. Please. Make it happen. So I'm very excited for him. Ram's been saying there. I picked up her LD. Yuna's LD. Good unit. I do want her burst. I don't know if I'm going to chase it yet or not. We'll see who the next burst character is, but we'll see. Leon got his LD pretty good. Setsar, he's good. Oh, pick up his LD too. You're gonna be seeing nothing but rainbow. All right, taste the rainbow. And said characters, they got that chance for the rainbow. Max brave damage. Doesn't matter, regardless of defense, regardless of brave damage reduction. Max brave damage. Taste the rainbow. All right, you're cool. I like you. I haven't been using you as much. Beast. He's a beast, and we'll talk about him in a second too. You're cool. We'll talk about you in a second. I've been using Porum. Porum with her LD, much better. Much better. Constant damage after everything she does after using her LD. So, really great unit. Tifa. Beast. Amazing auto plus farmer for summon boards. So if you guys missed out the opportunity to max out all your summon boards, either pick her up, or I guess once Bond gets his LD extensions and rework, he's another viable option for that. But very strong. Galuf, I love Galuf. Very strong with his LD also. But we'll talk about him in a second. Kadaj, I had to go for Kadaj again. My Final Fantasy VII fanboy in me. It's coming out, so I did go after Kadaj. I got his whole kit. I did max him out. He is a part of a sequel, but it's in a movie. So I guess he's viable for a burst weapon also, but we'll have to take that with a grain of salt and see where that reach extends, if it is going to reach out towards movies in terms of sequels, because it does take place. The movie does take place after the events of Final Fantasy VII, so it is a sequel, to show what happens afterwards. But I do hope he does get it. We'll see what he does. Fujin, I like you. You're cool. We'll talk about you in a second. I kind of, I don't know. I like my pirate, but I haven't used her since I got it. I kind of regret it. I have not used her. Truthfully, there are other units I would rather use, which is a damn shame because I really like her. Terra, I don't have her burst, unfortunately, but back-to-back turns after using LD, very strong unit. Pick up her LD and burst if you can, especially if you like the trance, going into trance. Any Final Fantasy VI fans, but yeah, go for it. I haven't used you outside of your synergy events. It's a shame. She gets better. She gets this mechanic. She has a special effect icon above her head. It goes from 0 to 3. Each time she goes, it counts up by 1, and it upgrades her brave attack. So her brave attack now dumps out damage. So, and of course, the strongest part is at 3, where she does massive damage towards the enemies. But I'll try to use her. I'll try to bring her out again, just to have fun, because I feel like she deserves it for being such a great unit for a very long time. Top tier support for a very long time. Just get it. Get it. I enjoy Aerith is cool. I just picked it up recently though. I regret not getting her LD during the debut alongside what's his face? David Bowie, the Emperor. There was a special banner that has every single EX on the planet on there. It's not a trap banner. Don't let people tell you that it's not a trap banner, because when it comes to EXs, sure, but when it comes to LD, it's not. So get her LD, very strong unit with her LD weapon. Stops the enemies from buffing themselves. Seal Evil, very strong, very strong. She's cool. I haven't used her as much. I just recently picked up her LD again. It debuted it again, so I didn't truly benefit from using her during when her LD debuted. So it just increases her, off the top of my head, increases her HP damage she does towards said target. So it's useful for her. Oh, good. Our first magic Imperialer, our only magic resist down unit in the game today. I thought somebody else would have gotten magic resist down, but it's Hope, which, hey, I mean, that works, right? He provides shields to your party, right? Barrier and what was it? Shell. So inflicting, well, I think it was D Shell was his LD debuff, if I remember correctly, but that brings down enemies magic resist down, along with something else too. So he is viable with other team compositions, but magic users fully benefit from using him on the team. Krow's cool. I like Crow. Massive brave gains towards the party with her LD. She sets a trap. Enemies go. Trap triggers. They get paralyzed. So it's pretty cool. I like her. You need his LD. Get his LD. Get his LD for the LD call action. So global players, there's going to be, so we have call actions now, right? They are going to give us another call action called the LD call action. And that's going to be with a character boards. There's going to be another branching path down the middle, and at a certain point you unlock a character's call action. So with Jack's call action, his LD, he's going to inflict a debuff. And once you reach 5 stacks, it's going to reduce the enemy's defense and increase the amount of brave damage they receive. So excellent time for like a burst moment, just to dish out as much damage as you can as possible. He was ran in a lot of team compositions as a LD call action unit, just to increase your party's members. So highly recommend you guys pick up his LD if you can, for that reason alone. Nello, I haven't been using you as much on the JP side, but your LD call action, it did come in handy during the most recent ones, during the most recent chapter with the 2 dragons. They have that warp capability debuff, kind of like Ilnarsh. That was tough. Took me a few tries, but got it. Gosh damn, that was brutal. I loved it though. I love the challenge. You won't see me getting mad at the game. You know, I do like challenges. So and JP does take a little bit longer because the translations, you know, I can't read Japanese, unfortunately. Those characters, I cannot read Japanese. I still play it, so a lot of this stuff, it's just, I'm trying to do it off memory. Like, hey, if I push this button, it does this. I know that much, but when it comes to reading, I have no idea. So I try to find translations in terms of the bosses, or a trial and error. It's like, okay, so this happened when that happened, when they're at this amount of percentage. Okay, I get it. So no, I regretted. No. He's an Earth Enchanter Imperialer. He gives your parties, if I remember correctly, brave damage reduction buffs, defense buffs. If I remember correctly, he can heal your party members, but on paper, he's cool. On paper, but outside of that, he's been on the bench. It's a shame. You know, massive brute, like, I don't know. It's just that's just how I feel. Like, again, on paper he seems cool, but in being able to use him, he seems just okay. You know, nothing like game breaking, nothing meta breaking. Like just okay. I'm sure the global players, the global audience, will probably have or find better use of him. But if I had to pick between these two, I'd go with Gao in terms as my Earth enhancer towards the party. Yeah, he's just, I haven't used him, so I can't wait for his Lost Chapter just to see what they're gonna do for him, if they do anything for him. He's a beast. We'll talk about you in a moment. He's a good unit to pick up. Delay, chase, massive damage. He's gonna fit into a lot of chase team compositions. So great unit to pick up. Great unit, especially if you don't have a dark brave damage dealer. There you go. There you go. Pick him up. He's cool. Like I mentioned on the global side, I would probably wait until he gets his burst, or if you want to pick up his LD early and chase for his burst weapons on a different banner, hey, by all means, okay, that's a viable plan, truthfully. But I enjoyed using him for a few events for sure, especially when you need to debuff the enemies to increase the special counters. He's like been one of my options, so he's cool. Talk about you in a moment. I did pick up, I haven't used her as much anymore though. After her debut, I think I got like, after the hype on the global side, when she got her LD, I was like, okay, sure. She's a good unit. LD, every time she attacks a target, she inflicts some kind of debuff whenever she attacks that target. Some like rose petal swirls happen. It removes a debuff. So upon using her LD, she cleanses the targets of their buffs. I'm sorry, their buffs. Inflicts a debuff when she attacks that target. The rose petals happen. She removes a buff and then Brave heals her party. So not a bad unit if you're looking for a buff remover. But speaking of buff remover, I mean, we just got him if you guys already have his World Evolution weapon. Excuse me. You'll be able to remove one buff at a time per crit. So I've had him also. I've had both of these guys. He's been maxed out on the JP side also. 8's been maxed out. Kuja. We'll talk about you in a moment. He just got some love. She's a berserker, and I love it. I love the freaking maniacal, the maniac laugh that she does upon using her EX ability, and after using that, like on using her upgraded HP attack. I like her. Kafka's been there. 9. I have 9. He's been maxed. He's okay. I haven't used him as much, truthfully, though. Me personally, I still prefer Warrior of Light over 9. That's just me. I preferred Warrior Light over 9 because I don't know. I just like Warrior Light over 9. 9 is cool. Don't get me wrong either. Don't get me wrong. Again, this is my own personal preference of a unit that I would rather use for myself, but I didn't use 9 a lot, truthfully. Bosch, he comes in very handy here and there. Comes in very, very handy. We'll talk about you in a moment. I don't have your burst, unfortunately. Pick up his burst if you can. But get his LD for sure. If you can pick up his burst, awesome, because there have been quite a few Lufenias that you guys need to inflict or perform some form of delay towards the enemies to increase the special counter. So he comes in very, very useful here and there. That utility is very powerful for Garland with this follow-up damage also. Very powerful unit to pick up, guys. If you can chase for his LD, I'd go for it. Go for it. You're cool. I just picked up his LD also, so unfortunately I couldn't enjoy him as much as I wanted to when his LD first came out. So I'm going to correct that mistake on the global side because I do enjoy Gabranth, and even so with his debuffs, with his call action, his LD extensions. You can use them that way. This was a dupe. That's what happened there. So these are just okay. Oh, so some of these other units never got your LD. I would have loved to gotten your LD Pollen. I would have loved that. All right, so we talked, we did. Yes, you're cool. You're nice. Awesome. So Alpha Bro, you need an LD, man. Get off of the bench. If he's a global first LD, I would love that too. I was watching 40's video. He brought up a good point with like Final Fantasy 14. He has been receiving a lot of love. So if they one of the Final Fantasy 14 cast Gets an LD first with global first. I'd be happy with that. Thancred, Alpha Bro, Ida, Alice. I'm down with that. Noel, you've been on the bench, man. I've been using you. We'll talk about you. Lightning, I never got her LD and burst on the JP side. I didn't get her LD and burst on the JP side, so those Lufenias afterwards, they were brutal for me. They were rough. Like, all you saw, like, were people bringing lightning and everything else. It's like, can you do this shit without them back in the day? So, yep. So now, of course, on Global, I'm doing things differently. I'm bringing other team compositions to set content, but it was rough on JP for a bit for me. But that's okay. That's okay. Got you. You've been on the bench, man. Oh, she doesn't have an LD yet. So you'd be pretty cool with your LD. Saz would be, of course, great with his LD. I don't have his LD or burst. I didn't go on that re-debut banner because he does come back, Global Players, later down the line on a banner with Sephiroth, Word of Light, reworks, LD extensions, and Paladin Cecil is refeatured. So if you do happen to miss him out there, he does come back later down the line. So if you don't have either of those other two units, then I would say that's another great opportunity to pick up Paladin Cecil. He is a very strong LD and burst unit for your consideration, especially when he comes out. So I recommend him. Galoof, we talked about. Steiner, we talked about. Here he is, maxed out on the JP side. Who like Malacento? There you go, man. You guys let Malacento know that Lid's maxed out Steiner. Gosh damn it. Freaking Steiner. Oh, I was so mad. The one time I didn't pity, I think that's the only time I've actually gotten like angry in the game. Like when Beatrix came out on the JP side, I was chasing after Beatrix's, was it her EX back in the day? EX Plus. All I got was Steiner EXs. I got like 8 of them. And I was at 200 G tokens. I was so pissed off. I'm like, F this. I'm not gonna pity. I was so mad. Friggin' Steiner, man. So of course I maxed him out. I'm like, you know what, Game Monster gonna max him out. So I did use him during that time. I was so pissed. Oh, I've never been so mad in the game before, ever. Yep. So there's that, guys. So once he gets his pickle bag as the global first unit, we're gonna max him out. All right, we're gonna max him out. He's gonna be great. We talked about you already. General Leo, you need an LD. You need some love, man. You have not received some love in a very, very long time. Even for the Reno Luffy, no, you're on the bench, man. Unfortunately, you're cool. Talked about you. Jack, LD burst. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the what is it? The Blitzball, his theme, his battle music. Badass, man. Really badass. You need an LD. You need some love. You too. Shadow. What was it? DE9? Did you guys solo DE9 with Shadow? Was it DE9? I did that on JP side. Oh, man. That was brutal. That was brutal. Gosh damn. I was there for like... I think for me, it took like a day to solo it. It's RNG with his evade in the counter. So, especially during the... What wave did I have the most trouble on? It was the Ice Golem and the Metal Worm, I believe. Ah, man, that was brutal. Gosh damn it. Freya, unfortunately, I didn't pick up her EX weapon when it first debuted. I picked it up at a later date. So I didn't truly enjoy using Freya when her EX first came out. Lulu, I did go ham for her EX weapon when it first came out. I used her for a little bit, but she needs some love. She needs an LD. She needs a rework. Because there are so much better enhancers than her, unfortunately. So, much better. You need some love. I'm curious if Edshare would give the party members evade with an LD, or some form of just to keep. I'm sorry, not evade. He does that with his EX ability. If he would enchant the party with thunder, I wonder if he would do that. So brave damage up, HP damage up. That seems to be the trend that they're doing with LD weapons. Along with being able to enhance the party members with thunder or something along the lines of that, I think would really help him out a lot. Because his kit is fine. I enjoy his kit. His kit is fine. Just a little bit of rework, right? Higher potencies make him hit harder. More battery towards the team. But that's what I think he would get with his LD weapon. So I wouldn't mind that. We already talked about you. We talked about you. Ignis, I never got his LD. He chanced the party with fire. Never got it. Never picked him up. Talk about you. We did. Butts. Talk about you in a moment. Yuffie's going to be getting some love on the JP side. Should be getting some love. And what is it? All creation. I forgot what her other one was. It's supposed to be like the better Bloodfest, where she goes crazy. I think it's gonna be Bloodfest. Her LD ability. I think it's gonna be Bloodfest. Oh my gosh, Omar's gonna kill me. I forgot the name of her other one, like the better one of this, but it's gonna be Bloodfest. Watch. So we'll wait to see what she gets for LD ability. But she can solo one of the Lufenias. Okay, there's one of the arc chapters, arc 3, I believe. One of the Lufenia bosses, she can throw back a debuff and solo it. So strongest unit in the game. She can solo Lufenia. So just saying. Well, I got your LD. I don't know if I'm gonna go for her burst now. I don't know if I mentioned this already or not. I don't know yet. Again, she's not bad with her LD, but she's a monster with her burst. This is one of the units that I would recommend you guys pick up her burst. So I'm not sure yet. We're gonna see what the next few free multi-draws gives us on the JP side, but if I could get her burst, I would love it. I might get her wedding costume. If I get it for free, I'll get her wedding costume. The only thing I buy on the JP side is the $5 Mog Pass just to speed up the summon board farming process. I'm done with that now on the JP side, so I don't think I need it anymore. But I've never bought anything else outside of that on the JP side, so we'll see. We'll see if I get it for free, but we'll see. Tifa, you guys, I love Tifa. You're going to be getting some love, so I can't wait to see what you're going to do on the JP side of the game. All right, you're cool. You've been maxed out. I just picked up her LD for free. No, I'm sorry. That's a dirty lie. 20 tickets. So I'm going to max out LD and try her out on the new higher difficulty co-op, so that should be fun. I don't have your burst. We talked about you. You guys are good. He's cool. Makida's cool. Shantoto, I don't have her burst, unfortunately. Ramza, we'll talk about you. Pain. So on the... I still can't believe she hasn't gotten a rework. I still cannot believe she... So Lids likes Pain because, come on, goth waifus, right? I like the gothiness. Lulu, goth waifu, the darkness, beautiful. But I maxed out Pain's EX plus the instant it came out. She did come in handy during one of the FEODs on the JP side. I forgot which one it was precisely. It was the one with the the metal Power Ranger pterodactyl. It was the Final Fantasy IV CPUs. I think 11, 12, 13, one of those. I ran Raijin, Pain, and Arden. That came in very handy. Her debuffs definitely helped out. Arden carried with the damage, and Raijin's Raijin, right? So Raijin did his part for sure. But outside, man, I don't know why they did not give her a rework. So she has been on the bench ever since. So I can't wait for you to get an LD. I'm surprised she wasn't featured on the unit banner. I really thought they would have kept them together. Oh, what was it? YRP from Final Fantasy X-2. I thought Pain would have been on the same banner with a rework at least, and potentially an LD, but I guess not. So my next guess would be once once Riku gets introduced into the game is when I see Pain being featured on there also with a rework and an LD weapon. That's if we ever get Riku. I don't know why we haven't gotten her yet. Maybe they're just saving her, right? As a cash unit to bring in the money because hyped up unit. So we'll see. But yeah, Pain's been on the bench. Unfortunately, we'll talk about you in a moment. Squalls, you're cool. I like you. Talked about him. You're fine. Zach need an LD. Kefka's been there. Tara, just her LD. Thancred needs some love. Vivi's gonna get his LD on the JP side of the game soon. So global players, we can see what his extensions are going to do. So he's been maxed out, his EX plus 3 out of 3, since he got it on the JP side. But of course, over time, power creep, it's a thing. It happens. So he's just been on the bench ever since. So I can't wait to see what his LD is going to do with his extensions. And I don't think he would get a rework. His LD should increase his damage in the form of maybe with his extensions, more Brave damage up, maybe HP damage up, and probably 2 sets of Brave plus HP attack, or even more Brave plus HP attacks during the LD animations. I'm curious what it's going to do for the follow-up, right? Was it Embers of Darkness, if I remember correctly off the top of my head? So the LD follow-up, I'm curious if they would increase that. Very, very curious. Alright guys, so these are the burst weapons on the JP side of the game. So Arden, I did go ham for him when he debuted into the game. He came in very handy. I know a lot of players were saying that he was already getting power crept, all that one. I used him for a long time. You know, enhance him, beef up his damage. Great unit. Great unit. Beast. Oh my, I can't tell you how much pity worthy this guy is. He is an absolute freaking beast, guys. I went ham for his burst, for Tidus's burst. I used a lot of gems to pick it up. A lot of gems. I didn't pity, but no regrets, guys. If anyone is very pity worthy, it's this guy. So much damage with the Blitz Ball. With the rework, he does a lot of damage. Once his Blitz Ball, he has a special icon over his head now. It's a Blitz Ball. Once it gets to the 3, it increases every time he goes. He performs an action. Once it's at 3, he resets the enemy's break status and then follows up with his damage and his burst, his finished burst. It's beautiful. The freaking Jack shot with unit coming in and setting up the setup, the volleyball set. Oh man! And then here comes the spike. It is beautiful. So highly recommended units. Highly recommended unit you guys pick up. Save up for him. You guys have plenty of time. Great unit. I've been enjoying using him a lot recently. She's cool. I have used her here. Oh wait, this is Cloud of Darkness. I know I might have confused Cloud of Darkness as well to Misi earlier. So Cloud of Darkness, very powerful unit, especially like friend support Cloud of Darkness with your Tidus. Go into your Tidus burst to finish. I'm sorry, into his burst mode. So much damage. She comes in, she does lasers. Lots of lasers, right? From Awesome Powers, right? But very strong unit to pick up, guys. Great delayer. Great delayer. There was more recently some, like Lufenia's back-to-back that required you to delay the enemies. One of them, you had to delay the enemies by 3 turns, which Cloud of Darkness can do in order to increase the special counter. So I'm very surprised they made those Lufenias back-to-back with the turn delay. That was strange. So Garland came in handy during some of those, but the 3-turn delay, yeah, that was all Cloud of Darkness there. So I don't know. Bart's very strong unit. He can inflict wind resist down without inflicting wind resist down. It's a buff on him. I love that. I love that it's not a debuff that reduces the enemy's wind resistance. So he is boosting up his own damage. Massive brave heals towards your party and himself. Every time he goes, he pretty much like caps out on his brave already. So he is set to go. Very strong unit to pick up, guys. Swolbez. He's cool. I haven't been using him as much, truthfully. He's a powerful unit, though. He's a powerful unit, but I haven't been using him as much recently. I did use him for that Divine Alexander. Oh my gosh, that was brutal. That one was a tough. Even the Chaos, Divine Alexander Chaos, that one was rough. I was able to do that with Kadaj because Kadaj came after the banners, but the events were still alive. I was able to go back and beat it with Kadaj. It was Golbez, Kadaj, and I think Bosch was on the team, if I remember correctly. But that Lufenia was rough for me. That Lufenia was rough, but was able to do it. Yustola, again, I did get her burst, but she's been on the bench, unfortunately. I'll probably bring it out just for shits and giggles to try her out again, so we'll see. Ultimisia, I definitely used her here and there. LD and burst came in handy, especially when you needed a magic unit on the team, especially during certain boss rushes. I did use her. They were weak to magic. Came in very handy, so not a bad unit to pick up, guys. Not a bad magic attacker. If you're looking for one, she's not a bad pickup, truthfully. Fearing, he's good. LD, you just need his LD. He's great. I love his the Weapon Master finish burst. I'm not sure if that's the name. I'm not sure if that's its official name, but probably one of my favorite finish burst animations to the game to date. So don't regret it. I forgot how much I invested. I didn't go ham for his burst, but I picked it up on the process, I believe, for chasing after his LD. So it was very nice. I've been enjoying him. His LD is great. Global players, pick up his LD. You won't regret it. He does, every time the enemy acts, they do something, there's going to be pretty much like a counter. Fearon's going to like drop a sword out of the sky. It's going to heal your party members, Brave and HP, and do damage towards the enemies. So very, very strong unit to pick up during that time. Cloud, you guys already know. Sephiroth, I've had him. He just got a rework LD maybe like a month ago, give or take. Not that long ago. Powerful. Strong consideration. He also got some love. LD extensions. Great unit. Got better. He is able to exceed his Brave damage cap now, which is very nice. So I've been enjoying him. Kefka just got some love too. He's alright. I don't use Kefka as much, but now that they increased the debuff slots to 8, if I remember off the top of my head. Very handy. Very handy. He's cool. Noctis, Arden, they all got some love. They're cool. I haven't been using them as much recently anymore. I'll probably bring them off of the bench, but it's been a while since I've used them after they came out, right? So that was several months ago on the JP side. So anyone that's picked up Squall, he's a beast with his rework and LD extensions during the Start Dash campaign. So global players, if you already have him, you're set. If you don't have him, pick him up. Peak. He is a very strong melee attacker for quite a few months. Until like he was like power crept. But he does follow-ups every single time he does an HP attack. So pretty much his LD animation, that's what he does. He does his, what was it, Rough Divide? Oh, was that this? What was the circle one? Gosh, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But he does his LD animation every time he does anything. Was Rough Divide the circle one? He jumps up in the sky, he like spins. It's like, from Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII fans, where you at? But I do wish that he had Lionheart. I was hoping it would have been, hyped up, right? Squall. He's going to get Lionheart for his burst. No. So I guess once they introduce like new weapons, I hope he gets Lionheart. I'm curious how that's going to work out. But I'm hyped up to see Lionheart. I'm hyped up to see Omni Slash. But I'm getting off track, but pick him up, guys. He's been very, very handy. After his extension and rework, he's been in a lot of my team compositions, especially if you could beef him up in the form of elemental enhances and perils. Stat increases, very strong unit after those changes towards him. Vaughn, oh my gosh, he's a beast. LD extensions rework so much damage. I showcased them during my live stream the day before I made this video. Yeah. Very strong units. Very massive damage. Omni Imperil. Just so many HP attacks during his follow-up damage. It is beautiful. So investment if you guys already have him. If not, you can pick him up later down the line. And finally, Ramza, he's a good unit. He's mastered the Thune with his shout, so he can automatically break targets with his Thune. So auto break in a standard ability, which is very strong. So if you could pair him up with Onion Knight, who Onion Knight with his LD will give party members a free ability use, you could just prolong how many uses you have of his shout. Because I believe he has 5 off the top of my head, so you can't constantly spam it, but it does come in very handy when you need to break something. And his Galvanize, his other ability, now has HP healing. You can HP heal with his upgraded Brave attack. LD extensions, beautiful. Delays initiates a chase. So there's for the chase compositions right there, along with Brave healing right before the actual chase. So he'll heal your party members, he'll delay the enemies, initiate a chase, so more damage when you're during the chase sequence in terms of dumping out HP. But then if you have someone like Kais, more HP damage during the chase. Pandemonium, equip them, and if you're the party member, someone that also increases HP damage done. There's your team composition right there. And with his burst, massive stat increases to your party members with the finish burst. So For Ramza, I would have to say if you're gonna go for him, just get his LD. He'll be fine with his LD because even with the LD call action, he does the same thing. Comes in, delays enemies, initiates a chase. So even if he's not on your main team composition with his LD, you can use him as a call action still on your chase team. All right, so all right, guys. So this went on a lot longer than I wanted it to, but for those of you that stuck around, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. It was 2020. I wanted to reflect back, go through my inboxes on both sides of the game, and just my overall thoughts. Yeah. So I don't know what to say at this point, but that is it for this video, friends. I want to thank you guys for sticking around. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments, guys. Like, how has this past year in the game been for you guys? I know it's been a hell of a year, guys. I know it's been a hell of a year. You know, a lot has changed in real life, but let's try to keep this, you know, positive in terms of Opera Omnia. You know, the game, it's bringing us together. It's a great game, guys. Many more years to come. Okay, the JP side is about to see its 4th year anniversary. The global side is about to see its 3rd year anniversary. So from what it seems like, it's still going strong. I love the game. I've been able to keep enjoying the game because of you guys. Normally me, when it comes to playing like gacha games, my attention span to keep playing the games, like I get bored. Oh my gosh, I get bored of games so fast. It's rare for me to actually, even for real console games, it's rare for me to actually beat something, like fully beat it. Like I'll play it for like an hour, like all right, I'm bored already. So the fact that I've been playing this game for like 3 years, just about, yeah, 3 years. It's amazing, and it's been because of you guys, you know, creating these videos for you guys, the love and support you guys have been showing me for going onto my Twitch streams during my live streams when I go, the positive community that you guys have made this. There's some trolls here and there, they get banned, they get blocked and banned, easy peasy. But the community as a whole, it's been a great community. I love what they've been doing with the game. So many more years to come, guys. All right, so again, guys, share down any positive things about the game that you guys experience, any changes that you would like to see on either versions of the game. It is open to both sides, global and JP. And what are you guys most excited for? Who do you guys want to see? Or global, who are you guys looking forward to? Global first LD. I'll probably do a video about my favorites. Potential global first LD units. I did mention a few of them, so you'll probably see them there. I might switch it up. We don't know yet. All right, friends. So again, guys, the last video of 2020. I thank you guys for the amazing support you guys have showed this year. All right, I love you guys. I really do. And here is to 2021. All right, guys, towards 2021 to a new year. All right, guys. So happy New Year. Good luck, guys, and have a good one.